Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man George Page coming to you live on YouTube. Now, I try to put in as much as bodybuilding content as I do, as often as I can. I'm being kind of a little slack, why I have a lot of stuff in my mind. But I was doing a video chat with a friend of mine. Her name is Emery. She's a professional bodybuilder. We often talk during the week and sometimes on the weekends, And we were talking about how I'm a fan of female bodybuilding, and people that know that I'm a fan of female bodybuilding always talk about, oh, those chicks on steroids, yada yada, try to be man, yada yada. But she put me on something that I didn't really know. I didn't catch on to. That not only you just can't just put bodybuilding into one little category, but it's the use of steroids into one category. But it also affects other aspects of certain situations. That the fact is that she told me this, that ballerinas use steroids. I'm like, what? You're thinking these chicks that jump around in little Philly dresses and stand on their toes, you wouldn't think they use ballerinas. Now, use steroids, but I've heard stories of bulimia and anorexia among the sport. But this is how she pointed out that because the fact is that steroids doesn't create muscle, what it does, it helps increase your metabolism, meaning give you the ability to gain muscle. And if you look at this lady right here, you look at her legs, look at her arms. The arms not as big. You can't gonna be like the level of a professional bodybuilder, but you got enough arm strength. You got to be on your tiptoes, got to move around, you got to dance, jump, and if you really do like this, if you ever go to a top level ballerina school, or even go to see a show, like somebody, if you really pay attention to women and the details, even sometimes the little outfits, if you literally just look kind of like in a way and look real hard, you will see the muscle development. Like look at the calves, look at the arms, around the chest, even they have some abdominal muscles. It's just something, if you are a real schmo and you love female muscle, you will notice it, And just the jumping, they have to use a lot of leg strength. And, and the one thing about steroids, it's mostly used to be able for you to, increase your stamina in a way, make you go farther longer. Like there was a debate years ago, and they asked some top elite athletes if there could be a drug you can use that give you an edge, and all you gotta lose is 5 years of your life. Would you take it? And many of them say yes. And steroids been around for a while. Originally, steroids, originally was used as a, way for horses, a horse tranquilizer, and it helped them develop and get stronger. But then somebody got the idea to use it for other things. Now, steroids, you often hear it in sports like football, basketball, swimming, gymnastics, tennis even. Was that long ago that Maria Sharapova was busted for steroids because she's from Russia, and Russia had that big steroid controversy. We talk about a lot in MMA and boxing, how there's been so many MMA fighters and boxers that have been busted for using steroids. Wasn't long ago that lady La Tigra, what's her name, that fought Fonse Cruz, and she got busted because she was taking steroids. We talk about Chris Cyborg, Frank Mir, Jessica Panay, Brock Lesnar, John Jones, Anderson Silva. The list goes on and on of MMA fighters and quite a few boxers, who have used steroids. But one notable, there's a very well-known ballerina by the name of Misty Copeland. Now, Misty Copeland is the first black woman to ever perform for one of the top-notch ballerina companies. And Misty is very popular. They did a story about a few years ago when she was younger, and then I saw they did a story, I think, on 60 Minutes about her life. How she originally was living with her mother, and then she was adopted by a lady. She lived with her, and then her mother fought for a right to get her custody. Misty is one of the most top-notch ballerinas. She often performs solos, does shows. She's even been seen at some I know she was, I think, I can't remember, the BET Awards, one of the award shows, and she gets a lot of respect from the black community because she's the most successful black woman in history to work for a ballet company. But if you look at Misty, she is amazing. I mean, I don't know if she takes steroids or not. Maybe, you gotta know, sometimes when you're younger, you make mistakes and decisions just so you're able to get an edge, especially against the next person. But you can notice the muscles in her quads, development in her abs, her calves. I mean, the small little things you see, they're not at the level of bodybuilders, but still, if you look at some gymnasts, and many gymnasts have been ballerinas. They transition from one sport to dancing sometimes, and that ballerina background, sometimes that gymnastic background, sometimes you might have a dance background. But if you look at Misty's body, it's an amazing body. I know she probably follows a diet. She keeps herself in good shape. She works out. You got to think about it. Building muscle is not just for a sport like bodybuilding or just any sport. Even dancers have to have muscles. Especially the guys. You have to lift these women. You have to jump around. You have to move. You have to have a lot of stamina and energy to keep up. You might do a show for like an hour or so or more. And it's a lot of hard work. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. But the idea that steroids is just in sports, it kind of shocked the mind. Even people don't have to be athletes. Some people take steroids just for, build themselves better up. A lot of people who have issues with weight, they want to lose weight, and a steroid it takes up and it speeds up the metabolism more. But like again, there's a risk with steroids. It can damage your heart. It can damage other body organs. You have side effects such as increased anger, your emotions change, your loss of hair. Sometimes you're impotent. You're not as sexually functionalized anymore, and also the side effects to women. You got to think about going bald. The clitoris becomes as large as a small penis. Deep voice. I mean, just a long list of the side effects that steroids cause. But it's just like I said again, it's not just in sports. It's in other aspects of life also. And you don't have to be a baseball player, a football player, a boxer, MMA fighter, a bodybuilder to use the drug. You can be just an everyday Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Mary Jo and Betty to take the drug. Like I said, just don't think about. People think about steroids and bodybuilding because the fact is, it's a sport which is most often associated with. But like I said before, there's several other sports that use this, and not just sports, also professional dancers. It's your man George Page. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'm out.